Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Anime Over Analyst here, and today I am reacting to Eden's Zero Episode 6 called The Skull Fairy. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. So I'm dealing with a little bit of a sore throat, so that's why my voice is a little low, as well as I'm testing other audio things. Um, like I said, I think in my last video, I will be pausing a lot more often in these videos because I keep getting blocked whenever I put one of these videos up, so I'm kind of tired of that. So I will either be pausing a heck of a lot or I'll be jumping through here and there. So if there's ever like a scene where you're like, hey, why didn't you react to this? One of two reasons. Either one, I did react to it and YouTube hated me for it, so I had to cut it out. Or two, there wasn't much of a reaction, so I cut it out. Um, so yeah, let's just jump right on into it. Well, the city seems to be on fire.
悪用されてたかもしれない。
That is interesting. So yeah, Sabir was taking military robots. Well, for some reason, Pino was able to track down these military grade robots, and then Sabir was able to take them. And I wonder if that's how he was able to build that giant Megazord robot by using components of all the other robots. And last episode, when Shiki ended up in what I like to call the robot graveyard, then that was just like the remainders of all the parts that he didn't need, kind of like the scrap heap. So that's really interesting. Kind of seems like a little bit of a waste if you think about it on like a technical side, leaving all those robots. But I mean, they needed something to pull on your heartstrings. I'm just thinking technically. I'm a little evil, am I?
なんでこの時代にいるの？
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused. They keep saying robot and android like it's the same thing. Are they the same thing or is it a little bit different? Do androids have like more personality, for example, than robots? Um, because yeah, they've been swatching it up back and forth, and I'm not sure if that's like a translation issue or if that is something that maybe the characters themselves say things like that. It just seems a little bit weird how sometimes they're called robots and sometimes they're called androids. Let me know in the comment section down below.
戻る前にこの先50年の間に起きるスポーツの番狂わせの結果教えろよ。
不良のくせにスポーツ好きなのか？
He wants to gamble. Yes, yes. Ah, I like Dr. Weiss. He's funny. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I would probably do that too, you know? That being said, whoever said that everything that happens from this point is linear, maybe Shiki, let's say theoretically, if Shiki ever does watch sports, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I'm, I'm sure that if he did watch sports or Becca and they told him the numbers, that's still not concrete. Plus, what I've gathered from the intro is that Dr. Weiss will be tagging along with them on their adventures, anyways. So that's still a funny comment, though. Would you gamble? I mean, why not? Is it immoral? I suppose. I mean, technically, gambling's immoral. Technically, I suppose.
お願いします。私も連れてってください。ご主人に会いたいです。もち
Ino is so
ろん。私た
adorable.
ち
I
も
kind
満
of
足する用事
wonder
があるし。
if I've
一緒に
heard
行こう。
her voice
50
actor
年
before.
もの変
Of
に
course.
勢いついちまったみてえだな警
They look
察
pretty dedicated to
私た
do.
ち何も悪いことしてないし。
I mean, you do see the collateral damage, don't you? I mean, there are some buildings on fire. Granted, you were trying to save everybody, but the police don't know that.
ID を所持していませんので面倒な結
Although
果
I
が
don't
予
think
想
they
されます
actually partook in any of the collateral damage now that I think about it. Yeah, because he has the gravity power, so he did mean mostly flying. It's not like he rammed something into a building. No, actually, I don't think he did any collateral damage. I think that was all bad guys. Now that I think about it, that's actually kind of unique because most superheroes, something's bound to happen. Sky falls down. Oh, look, it's the Pokemon ship.
リフにジョブチェンジするもんじゃねえな。警官に追われるし。
その設定まだ続いてたの
I still like how Shiki thinks in like D&D terms. That's just so fascinating to me because even a couple episodes ago he was like, maybe I'll be like a rogue or a thief, or maybe I'll be a fighter or a wizard. I'm sitting there and I'm like, huh, that's interesting D&D terms. And I think I even made a comment about it. And now he's still thinking in like D&D terms, which is real fascinating to me. I wonder what if that's just kind of like the mangaka just really enjoyed D&D, or if that's just something that he grew up with on an island. Like that's real interesting. Oh, that's a big rip. I was waiting for like them to run into like a wall or something. That is funny. We're just gonna run into some clouds. Some very, very thick clouds. That is kind of weird. I mean, on a geological level. Well, is this the planet that rains rocks? No, I think that was the other planet. Yeah, that was another planet the couple episodes back. Still, that's real interesting.
私の部屋に入ったなおめえ
we got the old Lucy shtick.
吹雪だった追いつかれちゃう
I like her sound. It's like nee 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 nee. Oh yeah, I can be a voice actor now.
船やるよ。
Like Shiki has a voice. Interesting. So he has ether gear too.
さらに OS アップグレード
Interesting. So theory time. It looks like his ether gear has something to do with technology. So I wonder if it's just kind of like an Ethernet internet type ether gear. Like that would be cool if his ether gear is called Ethernet. That would be really cool. Yeah, because it seems like his capability is to like either I download information from like his brain or something, and that way he's able to maneuver the ship. That's kind of what I was getting because it was like downloading OS, like just operating system. So it could also just be something where he can take control of any ship or any vehicle, and that might be something else. That's kind of my second theory, is that he has the capability of maybe taking control of anything computerized. Still, I think that's cool, and my vote is to call his ether gear Ethernet. That's my vote.
搭乗席にいながらリアルタイムで回答しています
That is cool. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I see. Because I was really confused because it looks like the exact same ship that they started off with. I'm like, okay, I thought all of the blue framing got thrown off and disintegrated, but obviously there's still like that silver frame there. So, and I can see some new touches. So, nice job on the ship there.
アキナメーカ
もしかしてオイラを助けた方法も
ー50年後の俺ならきっとそうだろうな
Okay, hold on a second. What was that? It's an ether gear designed to rebuild machines. Interesting.
マキナメーカー
Machina Maker. However, Happy was a living cat at the time that he was rebuilt, not a machine. That's interesting. So yeah, Machina Maker is also really dope sounding. So I'll give them that. I still kind of want my Ethernet just because I really love the pun. But I'll deal with Machina Maker too. How does Happy not know how he was
サービス
fixed?
だ
Oh, he's
だからそれは
okay.
俺じゃ
He
ね
just shot up on my
マキナメー
list of
カー
favorite
かっこい
characters.
いな
ドッスンボーイだ
Swamp Boy. That is so stupid. Shiki, or not Shiki. Rebecca's like, that is the stupidest name you could have come up with.
だそれ
ミラーノーマにいる間だけおそらく過去にいた
タイムスリップの事情知ってるの？
タイムスリップではない宇宙におけるもう一つの真実とでもいい ノーマにいる間だけおそらく過去にいた
タイムスリップの事情知ってるの？
タイムスリップではない宇宙におけるもう一つの真実とでも言っておこうか
Yes. Yes. Okay. So, the professor himself was somehow able to hijack an entire planet and put it on a separate timeline. Because, yeah, time doesn't matter in this world. Because, duh, that's what we were told about in like episode 2 or 3. Still, the fact that he was able to take an entire planet and put it pretty much, it almost seemed like another way of saying, yeah, I just kind of created an alternate universe with it being in that universe instead of this universe. But does that mean that everyone on that current planet is still in the 50 years of the past then? Because there with this theory, there is no double. That is the one and only planet that just happens to be on a separate timeline. So, for example, Sabir. Sabir is still technically 50 years in the past. There's no present version of himself, right? But then why is there a present version of this professor? Well, there's a present version of this professor because he was the one that made the whole damn thing. But is there a present version of Sabir? And like everyone else that was on that planet, is there a present version of them, or did they get like sent back in time, but not really sent back? Just yeah, it's kind of like being set back in time, but it's still like the most forward point in time. Yeah, I know I don't. It makes more sense in my head than what I'm trying to explain. We'll see if they can come up with a better explanation.
わかりやすく説明
Time got
ノー
stolen.
マある怪物に時を食われた
Interesting.
50年の時を
Wow.
それは
Shiki's like, what the fuck? Like, oh, Shiki's even looked a little disappointed. Like, oh, it's just some monsters, you know. I really thought that you hijacked the planet. It's a monster in space that feasts on a planet's time. That's still cool. That's a very cool concept. I like that concept.
星の時を食う宇宙の怪物わしを含め多くのノーマ人は星を出たわしは今
Only in anime do you have dirty old men. I can't say only in anime because that's pretty much a fact of life. But I literally, every OP man in anime has to be dirty. The older the guy, the dirtier mentality that he has. Yeah, of course.
魔王様とか言っておった気がするが
Oh.
じいちゃん
ところで
Okay, that was a little cool. So what they did here was that when Pino was responding, they changed Shiki's facial expression. And that was a cool little touch that I was able to pick up on because I thought Shiki would be the first one to be like, huh?
わしは君の整備をしたに過ぎん 君のご主人は魔王様とか言っておった気がす
See,
る。
right there.
魔王様。
じいちゃん
That's cool.
あれは過去ではないのだよ。時を奪われた現在。ノーバル
See, there, he kind of explained it to me. It's just a different version of the present. Which, yeah, like I said, kind of like an alternate universe. Just a different version, different timeline. Thank you, MCU, for training me on timelines.
電波妨害です。今度は何？
Are we gonna have
なんだ
the other? Are we finally gonna have her arrival? What's her name? Yep, it's Elsie. I keep wanting to call her Urza because, well, my nickname for her is not Urza because she's not Urza, of course, but I finally found my notes. I haven't found them in a while, and it's Elsie Crimson. So, yeah, Elsie is here. Let's see what, well, she wants Shiki, of course. Let's see what she does. I believe we're in danger. No, duh. It's just a Star Wars landing. Okay, so the skull... Oh, that's a nice little nod to Fairy Tail, I think. Just a slight nod, you know, Skull Fairy, Fairy Tail. I think that's cool, because Urza was, of course, Titania, Queen of the Fairies, so... It looks like Elsie is a queen in her own right. A space-time wall. That's cool.
レベッカさんの尿意が臨界値に到達しそうです。今すぐおトイレに。
Oh.
口に出さないでくれる？
Can you not say things that people need? I think I found my thumbnail. Just back that up a little bit and take a good old screenshot.
余計な情報を口に出さないでくれる？
And
というわけで、お前たちは私のものだ。私
I gotta try to make more interesting thumbnails, you know.
は高く売れそうっす。
特にあの女、あるじじいが好きそうな感じだぜ。
I mean, old guys, once again proving my point about how old guys like women, young women in anime. Second of all, what if they just describe Dr. Weiss, even though he's technically on the home planet? Yeah, isn't he on Blue Garden?
早くしてやるよ。
どういうつもりだよ
I don't believe for a second he's trying to betray them.
この海賊船を略奪するお前の船は俺たちがもらう
That's my reaction right there, Rebecca. Yep. Shiki just pulled like a Luffy. Shiki did the Shiki pulled the ultimate "No You" card. Good for you, Shiki.
もしかしたら。でも相手はあのエルシー・クリムゾン。
Until they have Elsie Crimson join
ここでじっと
them.
してるのも性に合わねえ。
Ew. This girl's got a whole living organism in her ship. She's got zombies.
宇宙海賊
It's more like space zombie pirates. Zombie pirates? Pirates?
宇宙タコ
Space octopus. Okay, I think that's a better name than I came up with. Okay, so Shiki's going nuts.
何よこれ？
I might have my thumbnail again. I won't stop you again.
粘着性の分
I'll-
泌物から出た称号
I'll take that
気体型
after
パラ
this.
サイト。
これな。ちょっと待て。この辺を少しはだけさせた方が。
Okay, dude. Cool. That's still cool. Yes, Happy is a pair of guns. Nice. She should don't free Professor Weiss. He's a scumbag.
助かり
Still, that
ま
was
した
cool. I like Shiki's fight a whole lot better, and it looks like she's taking my advice here by not letting him go. He doesn't deserve to be let go.
残って
この辺をもう少し発達させた方がいいですよ。
True gender equality.
俺が悪かった
Okay, for real though, what guy would be like that? Shanks! Well, I know now why her ship's called Skull Fairy. Because she's a fairy from Fairy Tale, and she has a skull as a face. And no, I'm not saying she's Urza, but she looks like Urza. Okay, well, that's the end of this episode. This might be my longest episode because I had a whole lot to talk about. Still, that was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I think this has been one of their better episodes recently. I'm still not quite into the fighting so much. Like, it's okay. I'm sure it's gonna get better. Like, I've been told in the comments that it does, so I'm not too worried about that. And yeah, although seeing Rebecca fire off the happy guns really made me happy. I do like that. I do hope that Rebecca does eventually get a decent fight and not just taking out lackeys. That is my hope, because there's a huge trope that anime women can't do shit, and I hope that breaks, because yeah, that's a huge trope in shonen. Not very many female characters get good fights, unless you're Mario Leona from Black Clover. Then you're gonna get the best of fights, except for this most recent arc. She kind of got shafted in the most recent arc, now that I think about it. And I'm talking about the manga, not the anime. Now that I think about it, she did get a little bit shafted. Anyways, that's a Black Clover discussion video. And this is Eden Zero. And yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. I really do. I kind of like Wise's character, not going to lie. Kind of like the scumbaggy thief guy. It is starting to look kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons party. We've got Shiki. Well, no, Shiki's kind of like the wild card. I kind of think he's more of like a battle mage than anything. We've got Rebecca, who's the marksman. We've got Wise, who is the thief. So yeah, Shiki's more of like the warrior battle mage type deal. This anime probably has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. I just like that concept a lot. Or maybe it does. Or maybe they're just trying to make a Dungeons and Dragons game based off of this. Oh, that would be fun. That would be super fun. Kind of like how Rustage is doing a One Piece D&D. That would be fun to make a D&D game that's based in this world. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Would that be fun? Would it be fun to do a D&D game based off of this world? I might try to set one up like that. I don't know. First I gotta find friends to play D&D with. And then we'll go from there. Still, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm the Anime Over Analyst, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.